Annette Walker never ceases to amaze us. She's strong, compassionate, and often fearless in pursuing the strategies of our ministry. When I think of Annette, I think of a great role model for many of the women coming up in the organization. Let me take you back to where it all began, Pomona, California, where this California girl was raised in a loving Catholic family, which was always filled with love and laughter. Her friend in junior high, Sister Marian Schubert, who would later become her colleague at St. Joseph Health, remembers her as a natural leader who would only sometimes get into trouble with the sisters. She was a good student, though, and went to Loyola Marymount with ambitions to study medicine. One of the first people she met was the love of her life, Chuck, and the rest was history. Who knew from these beginnings would emerge someone who's been called Wonder Woman more than a few times? At home, Annette and Chuck were raising a beautiful family of 6 children. At work, she quickly rose up the ranks, from working in a hospital lab to a strategic planning executive, to finally making her way to St. Joseph Health, where an already blossoming career went into full bloom. Annette often says that she was called to St. Joseph Health. Here, she believes she can bring her whole self to work. Her love of innovation, her talent for developing strong teams, and her devotion to her faith. She was delighted to work with her childhood friend, Sister Marian, as executive colleagues at the system office. And she became a passionate advocate for acting upon the health system's mission, which is to extend the healing ministry of Jesus in the tradition of the Sisters of St. Joseph of Orange by continually improving the health and quality of life of people in the communities we serve. And while the people of St. Joseph Health applaud Annette today, she also has many supporters on the home front. While Annette accomplished much at work, she was always there for her family as well. She and Chuck established a successful parenting partnership that raised 6 graduates of Santa Margarita Catholic High School. Now they are on to the next generation, as Team Walker has expanded to 10 grandchildren. Aware of all her blessings, Annette never takes the abundance of God's gifts for granted. She cherishes each moment with her family and her time in leading the St. Joseph Health Ministry. She believes that as a Catholic leader, her purpose today is to ensure a healthier future for her children's generation and for that of her grandchildren. With her talents, her can-do attitude, and her abiding faith, there is no one who doubts Annette Walker, a role model and mentor of many, will make this vision a reality. Congratulations, Annette.
I believe Annette was blessed to begin her life with a sense of faith, purpose, and a love of others. And I believe that more than any professional accomplishments, these qualities are at the core of who she is. Her husband, Chuck, is committed to the same values that have grown together. They've grown through their years of marriage, and now they've passed them on to their family of 6 children and currently 10 grandchildren. The integrity that Annette brings to her work is founded in her faith in God and her commitment to St. Joseph Health's mission of extending the healing ministry of Jesus. This gives her the ability to actively measure her decisions with justice and with a long-term view of the consequences of her choices. I think it's given her a breadth of vision beyond market analysis and demographics, and also a manner of executive leadership that leads to planning for the highest purposes of the Catholic health ministry. She's led a transformation of our health system from a hospital-based system to a community network of care that embraces all aspects of individual and community well-being. That's been her focus. This transformation has brought health and well-being programs directly to where people live and work through the wellness corners opened at the doorstep of many in Southern California and in the workplaces of large organizations. One example of her attentiveness to the needs of the underserved is evident in her current work with the city of Santa Ana and the Taller San Jose hope builders to convert an old YMCA building into a wellness corner that focuses on community members and especially at-risk youth. The qualities that are critical to the transformation of health services at St. Joseph Health are those that make her so well qualified now to lead the cultural and operational integration efforts of Providence St. Joseph. Annette's quick to point out that her teams and colleagues are essential for her success. They, in turn, experience her as enabling them by leading with both strength and humility. They see her as mentoring them and challenging them in ways to do what is right even when this meets with resistance, and also to focus on the needs of our communities and employees. Her positive can-do spirit is infectious, and they love it. I'm particularly honored to be able to speak on her behalf today, because the Sisters of St. Joseph of Orange have known Annette since grade school, and we deeply respect the life she and Chuck have created for their family, and especially the contribution of faith, purpose, and love that she brings to St. Joseph Health.